Today we will be studying about principle of designs. So there are seven principles of design: balance, contrast, unity, movement, emphasis, rhythm, and pattern. These are some examples of every principle of design. Now let's look deeper into the principles of designs. All the elements of art must follow the basic principles of design, namely harmony or unity, portion, balance, rhythm, and emphasis. Though they are not formulas of creating beauty, but they do help in determining whether an object is artistically good or poor. There is some amount of overlap in these principles, but each of them does have a distinct or decisive role to play in creating objects of art which are structurally satisfying and aesthetically pleasing. There are five principles of design: harmony, proportion, balance, rhythm, emphasis, variety. Harmony. It is defined as consonance, concord, or agreement between the parts of a whole. It is the basic of any object with good appearance as well as suitable use. Harmony produces an impression of unity through the selection and arrangement of consistent objects and ideas. One element should go with another element in terms of tone, shape, or design characteristics. As an example, in a poster, the visual and slogan should go well with each other. The abstractness or concreteness of the visual should be accordance with the level of understanding of the audience. The language and the vocabulary should be in consonance with the background of the target or group. The textures, colors should be harmonized to create a composition that can have the desired impact on the audience. The harmony has five aspects, namely line, form, color, texture, and idea. Lines that are run in Lines that run in parallel are harmonious. Perpendicular and contracting lines are contrasting. Similarly, repetitive shapes are harmonious, as a circle near a circle, whereas a triangle with a square is a contrasting shape. Typogra- Typographical harmony can be achieved by selecting one family and for variations, using different sizes of the same family, including bold and italic faces. Use of condensed and expanded types should be avoided as they are used for the purpose of contrast. Color harmonies, which give a sense of oneness and are pleasing to the eye, have already been discussed. Complete harmony is often boring. Some variation should be present, otherwise, it will lead to monotony. For example, to break the monotony in a magazine, the pages are broken into headlines of a different family and occasional blurbs, which also summarizes the story. Tone harmony refers to the weight of a design elements. For example, a bold illustration goes well with bold lettering. A straight tone goes well with a uniform linear type design. Proportion. Proportion is the feeling Proportion is the feeling of unity created when all parts of a design relate well with each other. This refers to relationships between various things of a whole or a group. The law of proportion states that the relationship between the parts of the same thing or between different things of the same group should be satisfying. The relationships could relate to size, shape, color, texture, and pattern. It is the comparison of part and part, whole. In a design, one shape may be larger than another, one is darker than another, one's texture is smoother than another, and so on and so forth. Ancient Greek designers were masters of proportion. Leonardo da Vinci, the great artist, extensively studied the human body and said it was the example of perfect proportion. When the arms were extended to both sides, the proportion between the height and the width of the body is approximately 2:3. They called this the best proportion and named it the golden section. Several buildings were built using this proportion. The flags of countries follow this proportion. The famous temple in Athens, the Parthenon, which was much published during the 2004 Olympic Games, is a perfect example of golden section. There should be proportion in size, color, texture of objects. As an example, the length and width of a poster should be in good proportion. The space allocated for visual and text should be in proportion. The textures and the colors should be in such quantities. Design elements should be subtle in form. Balance. Balance is a fundamental principle in visual art as it's in life itself. It refers to the feeling of steadiness and repose as a result of equalization of attractions on either side of central point. It, it is a state of rest due to action of forces that counteract each other. This restful effect is obtained by grouping shapes, colors, textures, pattern, and space around a center in such a way that there are equal attractions on each side of the center. It should be from left to right and not from top to bottom. It is a way to compare the right and left side of a composition. The placement of elements of design should be in such a way so as to make them look comfortable on a particular space. Balance can be of different types, formal or symmetrical, with informal or asymmetrical, and obvious balance. There are three types: formal, informal, obvious balance, or symmetrical, asymmetrical, and obvious balance. The balance is formal when objects of equal weights are placed on each side and at equal distances from the center in such a way that when an imaginary line is drawn past through the center, the two sides are mirror images of each other. If a single element is to be balanced, that element should be placed at the center of the space so that the imaginary line can divide the element down the middle. Formal balance is dignified, passive, and gives a sense of precision, formality, exactness, carefulness, and stiffness. This type of balance is most commonly used in the designing book covers, company report covers, specialized booklets, etc. There are two types of symmetrical balance. Bilateral symmetry is obtained when elements are arranged equally on either side of a central axis. Radial symmetry is obtained by arranging elements around a central point. Most flowers are arranged in radial flowers. Informal balance is obtained when objects which do not attract the same amount of attention are placed at different distances from the center. Here, the optical center acts as a pivot of weighing machine. If a heavy element is placed near the optical center on the right side of the space, the lighter element should be kept away from the center, that is, on the left side, to counterbalance the bigger element. This type of balance is difficult to obtain when the elements or sub-elements in a design are more than three. This balance is more subtle, casual, dynamic, active, suggests informality, flexibility, and affords great opportunity for variety in arrangement. It is more creative as there are no strict rules in its creation. Obvious balance results when objects which are not alike but equal in their power of attraction are placed on the sides of the center. This balance is midway between formal and informal balance and combines features of both. It gives a halfway effect between the precision of symmetrical and variety of asymmetrical balance. Rhythm. Rhythm is organized movement in continuity. It is important in art and nature. It occurs in regular repeated movements as well as variable transitional movements. In music, rhythm is achieved by recurring groups of ascendant tones. Rhythm is important for good design because it helps to hold the various elements of composition together. The simplest way to achieve rhythm is by using a color, line, texture more than once, meaning repetition. A newsletter page is an example of rhythm as its columns, grids form a repeated pattern on the page. There should be regularity in giving spaces in between the designs so that the eye is carried from one unit to another in a very soothing way rather than jumping. Use of progression in size can also create a rhythmic effect. In addition, use of curves or continuous lines movements is helpful in creating rhythm. If a poster has the principle of rhythm, the eye will automatically and effortlessly flow from the visual to the text or vice versa, depending upon where the emphasis has been laid. The entire poster will be perceived as one entity not broken into various parts of subunits. Variety is essential to keep rhythm exciting and active and moving the viewer eye around the artwork. If a piece has a good rhythm, the work should flow freely without interruption. Rhythm can be regular, irregular, and progressive. Designs in completer rhythms are monotonous. This monotony should be broken. Emphasis. Emphasis is that art principle by which the eye is carried to the most important object in any arrangement. and from that point to every other detail in order of importance. In any layout, there are things that require more audience attention and should dominate, whereas there are other things which play a supportive role and should be less visible. By the use of emphasis in the desired place, more attention can be called to that point as compared to other areas of lesser consequence. The communicator must think what is it that needs emphasis? How should the emphasis be given? How much emphasis need to be given? And where exactly emphasis should be placed? The artist has to first think as to what is the element in the communication medium that needs to be emphasized and what needs to be less conspicuous. There are several ways of giving emphasis by use of large size, by use of contrasting colors, by grouping or placing of objects strategically, by using decoration having plain or subdued background, and by use of unusual lines, shapes, or size. In a poster or a slide, if the size of the text is unusually large as compared to the visual, the text will definitely get more emphasis, just as the title of newspaper is written in large alphabets and gets emphasis. In an illustration, the main character may be made bolder and bigger than the rest and placed towards the center for maximum emphasis. Use of contrasting colors such as purple, visual, and text against a light yellow background can also create emphasis on the visual text as compared to the background. When a painting or a poster is put on the plain wall, it will definitely be more visible as compared to when the wall is covered with floral wallpaper or highly textured paint. And in addition, if the poster or painting is mounted on a wall which is visible as soon as one enters the area, the two will definitely get the emphasis as compared if they are positioned on a hidden or obscure wall. Use of decoration or any form in embellishment also helps to create emphasis. Variety. Variety is the use of several elements of design to hold the viewer's attention and to guide the viewer eye through the artwork. It creates interest by making a range of all different types of parts. It provides contrast to harmony and unity. Variety can be created when elements are changed. Repeating a similar shape but changing the size can give variety and unity at the same time. Keeping the size same but changing the color can also give variety and unity at the same time. Now there are some visual representation of principle of design. This is radial balance, which is a formal balance, and this is also formal balance. This is formal balance, and this is also formal balance. Proportion. This is good proportion, and this is bad proportion because equal division creates monotony. Division too unequal creates a lack of harmony. And these are some other examples of principles of proportion. This is emphasis. So now you can see the red light. The red eye is emphasizing in here, and there is in this there is repetition. The red flower rose is emphasizing, and here the red downward smile is also emphasizing. Unity is when every elements are in a unity, where you can see ice creams are in a unity, the birds are in a unity, the peacock is in unity, and all the nine squares are in unity. Rhythm, when the elements are in rhythm, there is a rhythm of all the elements. Variety, when there is different types of colors used. Thank you.